Hi and welcome back. So I've got both pods together and I've been going back over and just making sure we've put in work. So a little bit more putty in some places, but it's not a problem. Not going to put any more primer on now. It's had plenty. Um, these were awful to put together. Um, and I'm going to put it down to it being the clear plastic and not like it from a styrene kit because it's not as flexible. Normally just squeeze slightly, stick it together and it'll glue lovely. And these I've had to take absolutely masses off here just to make that a smooth join. Same on both sides. You can still see at the moment, but that's just because I've been sanding and priming and filling and so there's a darker line, but that is now a smooth line that I've got on these. Full transparency, I've messed up. I've glued this together with this door the wrong way around. That should be sort of like the top side when it opens. It's not a problem because that's going to be an open door. And once it's open, I'll just then glue some thin styrene over, recreate this look and paint it up again. So my next thing now is starting to get some of the green paint down and see how that looks. Sorry, a little bit of putty. That shouldn't have been. So we're going to get some green paint down and then we'll have another look. One thing, all these coloured markings that go on, I won't be using. I'll be painting all this because I think all it is stripes, so I can mask off and paint all that and that'll look a lot better. But we'll get a coat of green down first before we do anything else and then we'll have another look at things. Okay, so I've got the green down. I've just gone with the Tamiya XF5 flat green because I think once it gets a satin coat, I don't think this is far off how it looks to my eye from what I see when I watch Thunderbirds on TV. So got a nice coat of green over everything. While I've been at it, I've got engine parts primed because I'm going to paint these separate. I've decided we're not going with a clear engine because, like, if it had been detail on the plastic to paint, we might have, but nowhere else have we used decal for engine details. There's always been a raised part to paint, so we've scrapped that off. Not going to use these. I'm going to actually paint the engines in this. I'm not going to use any of these yellow stripes. Again, I'm going to paint them on Thunderbird2. So, I'm going to start getting Thunderbird2 masked up for the yellow. I've also got the legs primed up now. So, these can be painted. They're just going to be feet in black and silver for the actual legs. So once we've got some of the, or probably most of the markings down on Thunderbird 2, we'll have another look at how it's looking because it should be looking more like the finished ship then. Right, so I'm about to start putting the yellow stripes on. I just thought we'd show the lengths we go to, like, all this has been masked just to get that stripe into yellow. If you watch the launch of Thunderbird 2 from the actual show, this part of the engine is yellow and very dirtied up, so I'm going to get that yellow as well. It'd have been very easy just to use these masks, but it'll look a lot better. But you can see the lengths that I have to go to masking things up just to get them few yellow stripes in. So next time we see this, it'll have all the yellow done, black stripe will be on the engine, and we may have some other bits of colour in place. Okay, so we've got our yellow stripes down, back here as well. On the wings it goes all the way around nicely, instead of two separate decals trying to match them up. Bit of touch up to do on the edge here, tiny little bit here, but on the whole I'm really pleased with how this looks. Much better than using decals. Takes longer, but much prefer. The same with these engines. I've painted all this instead of using the decals, and it's just nicer. I've also got all the legs painted. In the instructions it says these should be silver and the feet should be black. And if you watch the launch routine of Thunderbird 2, the legs are clearly brass and the feet are silver, so I've gone with that. When they gloss, these will get a bit of a wash to dull them down. I've also done that part painted up. I don't know if you can notice, but this green at the slightest touch scratches. So the next thing I want to do before I do any touch up or anything is get a good gloss coat over all this. That'll mean that once it's dry, I can move on to weathering things, because I want to do this through weathering, more dry brushing into it than anything else. I'm going to dry brush into the ends of the engines. Want to get a wash into this yellow to dirty it right up. Some pinstriping or pin wash panel lining down these parts. So that's next stage. But I think this is a really good spot to end this, because I've done most of the detail painting now. About all I've got left to do is in this engine. But even there, some of it's going to be done with weathering techniques. Can't really see it in this light. So we're going to wrap this video up. Next time when we come back, everything will be gloss coated, and it'll be like finishing touches are being done to the model. So next episode will be the last one in this build. What is it? It's Christmas Eve now, so Christmas Day tomorrow. So Merry Christmas, everybody, and keep trekking and keep modelling. And I will have a bonus video out tomorrow with my Secret Santa present from the HLI guys. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.